Unveiling the Oddities. Bizarre facts about ancient Egyptians. Ancient Egyptians employed some unusual methods for birth control, one of which included a concoction of honey and crocodile dung. This mixture was believed to create a hostile environment for sperm, thus preventing pregnancy. To protect the pharaoh from pesky insects, servants were covered in honey to attract flies away from the royal presence. This sticky situation ensured that the pharaoh remained comfortable and undisturbed. Despite common depictions of slender and athletic figures, many Egyptian pharaohs were actually overweight. This discrepancy likely arises from the idealized images created for eternity, contrasting with the realities of their lifestyle. The world's first recorded police force was established in ancient Egypt. This organized group was tasked with upholding laws and protecting the citizens, demonstrating an early form of structured societal governance. The Great Pyramid of Giza, one of the ancient wonders of the world, was originally covered in polished white limestone. This casing caused the pyramid to shimmer in the sunlight, visible from great distances across the desert. King Tutankhamun, one of Egypt's most famous pharaohs, owned a remarkable dagger that was discovered within his tomb. Interestingly, the blade of this dagger was forged from iron sourced from a meteorite. This celestial connection endowed the weapon with both a heavenly and a royal mystique, emphasizing Tutankhamun's divine right to rule. The construction of the pyramids, one of the ancient world's most formidable architectural feats, was not undertaken by slaves as commonly believed. Instead, these monumental structures were built by paid laborers. These workers were organized into skilled teams and provided with food, shelter, and medical care, highlighting the value placed on their labor and skills. Ancient Egyptians pioneered the use of moldy bread as a medical treatment for infected wounds. The mold on the bread likely produced penicillin, which is effective against bacterial infections. This early form of antibiotic treatment showcases the advanced medical knowledge and practices that existed in ancient Egypt. The sanctity of the embalming process in ancient Egypt was profound, with embalmers often donning masks of Anubis, the god of mummification and the afterlife. This practice underscored the religious significance of their role as they prepared the deceased for their journey into the afterlife, ensuring they appeared dignified and well-preserved for eternity. Pharaoh Pepi II, who reputedly had one of the longest reigns in ancient Egyptian history, is said to have devised a unique method to avoid insect bites. He reportedly had a slave covered in honey nearby to attract flies away from himself, thus using the slave as a form of human mosquito repellent. This anecdote highlights the extreme measures taken by the pharaoh to ensure his comfort. Cats were held in the highest esteem in ancient Egypt, considered sacred and protected by law. Killing a cat, even accidentally, could result in the death penalty, underscoring their revered status in Egyptian society. Ancient Egyptians often used stones as pillows, believing that this practice would keep demons away during sleep. This hard resting surface was also thought to preserve the body's energy and vitality. Oral hygiene was important in ancient Egypt, where they developed a form of toothpaste. This concoction was made from ingredients like crushed rock salt, mint, dried iris flowers, and pepper, which helped keep their teeth clean. The Great Pyramid of Giza, a testament to ancient engineering, held the record as the tallest man-made structure for over 3,800 years. Its construction is still admired today for its precision and scale. In ancient Egypt, the death of a pharaoh initiated a morbid tradition where servants were often killed to accompany their ruler into the afterlife. This practice reflects the deep belief in an afterlife where servants would continue to serve their masters. In ancient Egypt, women enjoyed a remarkable degree of social and legal autonomy compared to their contemporaries in other ancient civilizations. They could own property, enter contracts, and initiate divorce, showcasing progressive gender roles for the time. The first recorded labor strike in history occurred during the reign of Pharaoh Ramses III. Workers constructing the royal necropolis downed tools, protesting delayed rations. This event highlights the organized labor capabilities and societal structure of ancient Egypt. Egyptians expressed grief uniquely. They shaved their eyebrows when mourning the death of a cat, reflecting the animal's sacred status in society. This act of mourning underscores the deep cultural and spiritual significance of cats in Egypt. Heavy jewelry was fashionable among Egyptian elites, influencing physical appearances significantly. Some pharaohs, adorned with weighty earrings, stretched their earlobes, a mark of beauty or status that also reflected the rich material culture of the period. The ancient Egyptian alphabet was a complex system of more than 700 hieroglyphs. Each symbol could represent a sound, object, or idea, illustrating the sophisticated linguistic and communicative strategies developed by the Egyptians over centuries. Cleopatra VII, famously known as the last pharaoh of Egypt, was actually of Greek origin. She descended from Ptolemy Wuersen, one of Alexander the Great's generals, who established the Ptolemaic dynasty in Egypt after Alexander's death. Ancient Egyptians entertained themselves with a board game known as Senet, which dates back to around 3100 BCE. This game was believed to be a journey through the underworld, reflecting their belief in the afterlife. Beer was not only a popular beverage in ancient Egypt, but also a crucial part of the diet for pyramid builders. It was used as a form of payment for their labor, highlighting its value in their society. The Eye of Horus is one of the most recognizable symbols from ancient Egypt, symbolizing protection, royal power, and good health. This emblem was often used in amulets and decorations to ward off evil. Mummification in ancient Egypt was an elaborate and sacred process, taking up to 70 days to complete. This practice was crucial for ensuring the deceased's immortality, allowing them to live on in the afterlife. The Tarkhan Dress, discovered in Egypt, is over 5,000 years old, making it the world's oldest preserved garment. Its refined style and craftsmanship highlight the advanced weaving techniques of ancient Egyptian society. Ancient Egyptians had a unique cosmology, believing the earth was flat and circular, encapsulated by vast oceans. This worldview was integral to their mythologies and religious practices, depicting the universe as an orderly and predictable space. To facilitate the passage of their spirit to the afterlife, some pharaohs constructed fake doors in their tombs. These doors were meant to serve as portals through which their spirits could enter and exit the underworld. The ancient Egyptian calendar was remarkably accurate, featuring 365 days divided into 12 months. This system was crucial for planning agricultural activities and religious festivals, aligning closely with the solar year. Dreams held significant importance in Egyptian culture, seen as messages from the gods. The deity Bes was particularly revered as the protector of households and the god of dreams, ensuring that divine communications were received and interpreted correctly.